Howdy and welcome to the Confidence Through Health podcast. I'm Jerry Snyder. As an elite level athlete, owner of All In Health and Wellness, and author of the book Confidence Through Health, my goal is to help you achieve your goals and dreams using health as the conduit to get there. So I want to take a second to thank our sponsor for this episode, American Sports and Fitness Association. They are the place to go for your personal trainer and fitness certifications. They have a wide range of certifications, everything from personal trainer to golf fitness instructor to water aerobics to nutrition and sports nutrition. If you've been thinking about going into sports and fitness instructor arena, I highly suggest you check out the American Sports and Fitness Association. There's a link on my website, confidencethroughhealth.com. Go there to look at other episodes of the website, but also check out their information. It'll link to their website, and you can check out more information about how to get certified as a sports and fitness instructor. Howdy, and welcome back to the Confidence Through Health podcast. This is your host, Jerry Snyder. Today's episode is a little bit more targeted towards either married couples or couples that are in a relationship. Because what I wanted to talk about is something that actually I've dealt with a lot over the past year with clients, in that one spouse really wants to go full force into making a health change, and the other spouse or significant other is in agreement with the idea, but not necessarily going full force and going all in, going after the big changes. They're more like, yeah, we probably should be healthy, as opposed to, I want to do everything I can to be healthy. And so when that happens, what do? When you're the person who's wanting to make that change, how do you handle that? What do you do? So first off, you need to know that is very typical. That is very much how most couples arrive at the decision to change to a healthy lifestyle. You've been, I don't want to say stuck, but you've been doing the same routine, winding up year after year, gaining a little bit more weight and a little bit more weight, or just becoming a little bit more unhealthy, or getting away from exercise. Whatever the big change that you want to make is, you're getting away from that year after year. And then one day you wake up and you say, I'm done. Whether it's a New Year's resolution or just you hit a point that you say, my belt should not be that large, or I do not want to go to the next size of clothes, or you look at yourself in the mirror and say whatever, or you go to the doctor and you step on the scale and it's a certain weight that you never thought you would be. Whatever that, you get down on the floor for something and you have a hard time getting up. Whatever that trigger is that starts you on, now I'm motivated, now I need to make a change. You have to remember, first off, that happened to you and didn't happen to your spouse or significant other. And so the feeling that you felt when that happened is your feeling, not their feeling. And we can't transpose that onto them. We can't, no matter what we try, even if they're in the exact same physical condition that we are, we cannot make them feel it the way that we felt it. It just doesn't work. So it's okay that one person feels that way and the other person is, a little bit lagging behind in that and doesn't quite understand the same feeling or sentiment or level of excitement towards making the change. It's okay that that's the case. Where do you go from there? Well, you need to understand that you're going to make decisions as the person that really wants to make the change. You're going to make decisions that they're not going to be 100% behind. Because you may say, hey, I'm going to cut sweets out, or I'm going to cut sodas out, or I'm going to start eating these items because they're healthier for me. or I'm going to start getting up at X amount of time before work to start doing a workout routine, or I'm going to stop watching TV so that I can go exercise. Whatever that is that disrupts the normal pattern of life that y'all have established, you need to make sure that that is presented in a standpoint of, okay, hey, this is what I want to do to make myself healthier. The healthier I am, the better we both are. I'm not asking you to necessarily do everything I'm doing. I'm asking you to support what I'm doing. I'm asking you to agree that this is a good change for me. And I would like for you to join me. I would like for you to start doing some of these things yourself so that we can do that as a team. But it's okay if you don't want to do all the things that I think I need to do. You may go out and get a health coach. You may go out and get a a personal trainer. You may go out and start signing up for 5Ks that y'all have never done before. You may go do some of these things, and that can be scary for your spouse. So you want to make sure that you understand that, yes, you have decided you want to make these changes. And yes, these changes are going to be better for you, which should then be better for the couple as a whole, should be better for the relationship as a whole. Phoebe, get down. Sorry, my dog is all over the place here. But what you want to make sure you do is you don't alienate your spouse or significant other. You don't want them to feel like you're leaving them behind or you're making this change so that you can go do something else that's not what y'all do. So you want to make sure that they're on board with the idea that they support you. And the interesting and fun thing about it is that eventually they will come on board. Eventually they will decide that they need to make that change as well if you continue with it, because they're going to see your success. And if they're at the same level that you are when you start, if they're at that same starting point or close to that same starting point, they'll see your success and they'll start joining in and they'll start coming along. And it's going to take them a little while. It may be 2 months. It may be 6 months. It might take them a little while to get there where you are. But if you stay consistent, there's a much bigger chance that they will jump on board and understand. They may not do everything, like I said. And I've got clients that started out and their spouses were like, I'm not doing that. I'm not changing that. I'm not going to get up and exercise. I'm not going to do that. And we're 6 months out. I've got one that's a year and a half out. And all of a sudden the spouse is not necessarily doing everything, but is much better with their nutrition. They feel better. They're doing things that are much more on the healthier lifestyle side of things than they were before. And they're understanding the changes that need to be made. So it's not about trying to force them along or drag them along or we have to do this together type of sentiment. It is more of what you're looking for is simply support. You want to make the change, and that's great. They can support you. It's going to be okay if you don't do it together. They will likely come alongside. And the big piece as you go through this is communication, making sure that you're still communicating why you're doing it, okay? Why it's important for you, why it's important for you to feel that way for both of you, and to keep that open invitation of, hey, whenever you feel like you want to try something that I'm doing, let's join in. Let's go. It's always there. I'm not going to push you to it, but it's an open invitation to join in. You're not leaving her behind, him or her behind. You're not dragging him to the gym. You're not doing all these things that are forceful, but it's, hey, I decided to make some changes. I'm not going to drink that anymore. I'm not going to eat that anymore. But if you want to, that's fine. And it's not, if you're the person that goes to the grocery store, it's not all of a sudden like, oh, I'm not eating this anymore, so I'm not buying it for him either or for her either. Like, if they want it, let them have it. It's okay. Like I said, though, they will come along because they're going to start seeing that you feel better. Your skin looks better. All these changes that happen when you become healthier, they're going to see these things in you, and then they're going to want to jump on because they're going to see it happen. And that's a lot of times the bigger one motivator is you hit that point where you didn't think you'd ever be. And I've got to change it because I cannot live there. Right? That's one motivator. And that's usually what gets people started. And the other motivator is seeing somebody close to you have success. When you see somebody close to you have success, it motivates you to say, I want to try what they're doing and see if I can have the same success. So it's okay that one of you jumps on first and the other one comes along a little bit later. And it's okay if they never come along, because ultimately you are responsible for your health and they are responsible for their health. And once somebody gets over the age of 18, at least in the United States, once you're over the age of 18, you're in control for the most part. And so you're making your own decisions. They're making their own decisions. It's okay that those are not the same, because you have to take care of your body. Your spouse, significant other has to take care of their body. Okay. Ideally, yes, you both want to be working towards a healthy relationship and a healthy lifestyle, which includes exercise and nutrition and meditation and all the things that keep your body and mind healthy. But we're always going to be at different levels. We're always going to be at different levels. And if you're the person that starts out gung-ho and super energetic towards it and is crushing it at first, and your spouse or significant other finally joins in and finally comes along, and then they pass you up, that's okay too. Don't get discouraged. Okay? Because you started it, and we always go at differing levels. And so there's going to be times when one person's up higher, and then there's the other person's going to jump up above later on. So it's an ebb and flow. It's a give and take. Don't get discouraged. Don't get upset. It's going to be okay. You don't have to do everything at the same exact level, because it's not going to work that way, because you're not both motivated the same way. Except for like very rare circumstances, you're not going to be both motivated the same way at the same time. So one person's motivation is going to get you there, and don't give up. Keep pushing. Keep going right through all the obstacles, and the other person's eventually going to jump on board. Happens every time. So don't give up. If you're that spouse that especially at New Year's, you're making that New Year's resolution, and you're like, I want to do this. And it's hard because you want to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and exercise, and your spouse is sitting in bed. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep pushing, because eventually you'll both be getting up and doing that exercise together. So, and again, you may not be doing an exercise at the same level, the same amount of exercise, and all that kind of stuff, because everybody's different. Just don't give up. Keep pushing towards it, and keep motivating yourself with an open hand invitation to your spouse to come along and join you. Thanks for checking out the All in Health and Wellness Confidence Through Health podcast. Our goal is to use health as a conduit to help you reach your goals in life. A little lighter than me. I'm about to black out. Her grip is getting tighter on me. I think I like it deep inside. I feel the fire in me. She like the milky, see me creaming to the coffee to me. She got soul in her sway.